room.
First at 6, breaking news as the state Senate approves a $1.5 billion plan to fix Michigan roads.
We're going to go right to 7 Action News reporter Jim Kurtzner. He is live in Lansing with the latest on this, Jim.
It's taken all day to get here. The voting started after 5 o'clock, and at 6 o'clock, here we are with the package of bills passed, 8 of them. This includes a gas tax, a diesel fuel tax increase, moving $700 million from the general fund over to roads. Income tax rollback is a small part of this. 2 of these votes, though, came right down to the wire on the gas and fuel tax increase, requiring Lieutenant Governor Brian Calley to cast the deciding vote. We have leaders from both parties here. First, this is a Republican Florida leader, Mike Kowal. You needed the Lieutenant Governor to push these through.
Correct. Periodically, we need the Lieutenant Governor to come in and break a 19-19 tie.
Were you nervous all day? I mean, we didn't know until just before 5 o'clock this was going to fly.
Well, it's a long process, and it was designed that way to be a long process, and we had to make sure where people were on their vote. And the majority leader was talking to each individual on both sides of the aisle to see which way they were going to go and how they could help out.
What do you say to the people who are going to be facing these tax increases?
Well, we're all facing them as well. Every one of us, and it's basically right now it's going to be 4 cents on a gallon. Ultimately, if it stays its course, it could go to the full 32 or 34.
Well, it's 4 cents the first year, 4 cents the second year, 7 cents the third.
Yeah.
So it's 50.
Right.
Okay.
So,
and that's what we need to fix the roads. Is that your message?
That's what we need to fix the roads currently, and that should help it. Where the sales of this came in is in the tax cut, because the ultimate goal of the Republican legislature is to phase out the Michigan income tax, and this is the beginning of phasing it out. I know there's concerns from other sides of the aisle, but at the same time, I think if we work together on this, we can do it in such a way where it's not going to cause funding problems for other parts of the budget.
Senator, thank you very much. Let me move over here now to the Democratic Minority Party leader. You have a lot of problems with this. In fact, a lot of these came down as party line votes, 11 Democrats saying no.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Hopefully in the future, we never close the door to trying to work together to find a compromise and a solution. And this is a long process, and we're just at the beginning of it.
What don't you like?
Well, I think $700 million in cuts going forward, not next year $350 million, the year after that $700 million, then going forward that's $700 million in cuts. They have to come from somewhere else. I think it usually, in the general fund, it's going to come from universities, research, economic development, police and fire, and those are areas I think we need to be investing in. There was a number of, I hope that we can find a compromise going forward, because we do need to fix the roads, but this plan has a long way to go before it's ready.
Both senators, thank you very much. I can tell you the Senate also voted this afternoon to go on vacation for 2 weeks, so nothing's going to happen up here in Lansing until the week of July the 14th, and for the Senate, July the 15th. I'm live in Lansing. Jim Kurtzner, 7 Action News.